So first and foremost, my name is Kristen Quattlebaum, and I am an intuitive life coach, former 15-year corporate hustler turned intuitive life coach. And what makes me qualified to talk about fear is that I have migrated across 4 states for my career when I was in the corporate world. Without any friendships, anything waiting for me. I actually moved away after college without a job to a city. And I also, in the final stages of my corporate career, lost 2 positions within a year of each other. And it was at that time that I decided to start my business. So in a lot of space of uncertainty. I also invested around 30 grand in myself after, in between losing these positions. And also being an entrepreneur. I feel like being an entrepreneur is something that you face fear all the time, right? And the people who are able to align with it and rise above it are the ones who are able to succeed and move forward in times of uncertainty, because entrepreneurship can have a lot of uncertainty weaved in it. So I want to talk about 3 main points today. The first one is that you get to choose. And the choice that you have is to face the fear, align and rise above it, or wallow in it, judge it, bury it. And when you choose, so what you focus on expands. And fear is a very low vibration. So everything is vibration and energy. And what you are focused on, where you sit, is what you will attract into your life. So if you choose fear, that is what you will see more of in your life. That is what will manifest in your life in ways lack, scarcity, frustration. And so what you can do when you're feeling this fear are a few things here. The first is to look for the next best feeling. So if you were to access another feeling within you, what would that look like, right? Instead of trying to jump right from fear to joy or happiness, what is the next best feeling that you can access? Maybe it is frustration, maybe it's anger. Those are higher vibrating emotions. So if you can access those, at least you are moving yourself up to a higher vibration already, even though it may not seem like anger is better than fear. Also, acknowledging them. So what are my fears? List them out, talk to them, ask them why they're here. What lessons do they have for you? One of the practices that I do is, I'll sit down and I'll write down all of my fears. And then I sit with each of them. I get very grounded and I ask my intuition, what is the truth about this fear? And what happens is oftentimes I'll end up with, let's say, I write out 10 fears that are present for me in the moment. I can write the truth and love that comes through for me are at least 2 pages long. And right then and there, it shows me that this physical manifestation of fear versus love and truth is so much greater than fear. And yes, fear can spread really fast and you can spiral into it, but so can love and truth. And then, what do I have to lose is the next thing. So going all in. When I moved across those states for my career, I just asked myself, what do I have to lose? When I moved away after college to another city that I didn't know anything about and I didn't have a job lined up, I asked myself, what's the worst that could happen? I moved back home. What's the worst that can happen if I go all in and being an entrepreneur? What is the worst that can happen for me in my business? See, I believe that when we are in alignment with our business and we are serving in our purpose, we cannot fail. The universe will always support us working in alignment and in our purpose. So I allow that faith to let me push through it, and see it and acknowledge it and not let it stop me. And I also look for other signs, like even, signs like angel numbers, like 111, 222, 333. I ask for signs and I see those regularly, and that helps me maintain that faith. I always used to describe therapy as a crossroads, and you used to come up to this fork in the road and you have been going left your whole life. And now you get to choose to go right. And it feels uncomfortable, it feels scary, and you may not know what you're doing all the time, but you are able to create new pathways in your brain when you start choosing differently than you have. The next piece, this leads right into the next piece, which is finding safety and certainty. We don't fear the unknown. We fear what we think we know about the unknown. We attach to these stories that we've created in our minds about what might happen. And that oftentimes is not in alignment with reality. We're so used to operating in fight mode that is what feels safe in our bodies, because that's what we've been used to. That's how we've been operating our whole lives. And so when you can choose to say, okay, like I'm ready to calm down, I'm ready to create this new sense of safety and feeling that I don't have to fight anymore within me, so that I can take care of me, I can take care of my body, and I can respond from a very grounded space. So it benefits us to find that safety within and get really grounded. And one of the things that you can do with respect to this is work on your root chakra. We have 7 chakras, 7 main chakras in our body. They are the energy centers that align from the base of our spine to just above our head at the crown. And these energy centers are where the masculine and feminine intertwine and meet within us. The right side is masculine, the left side is feminine. The sun is masculine, the moon is feminine. So these energies come together and they circulate within these major energy centers in our body, and they all stand for different things. The root chakra is where we hold, it is our foundation. It's roots, right? It's grounding into Mother Earth. It is safety, it is security, it is stability. If you're interested, I have a 5-minute root chakra meditation that I do on an app that I can send to you. Just message me if you're interested in that. The other thing you can do is look for neutrality in the body. So if you are feeling, I tend to feel anxiety in my chest. So where can I access something that doesn't feel that way, doesn't feel that tightness, right? Maybe it's in my hips, maybe it's in my knees, my shoulders. What can I access in my body that feels more neutral to me, that can allow me to come out of this feeling of tightness and anxiety and pressure? How can I feel both? How can I allow that polarity to enable me to make it through this, to navigate this in a way that I know that I am supported and I don't have to identify with that feeling of anxiety within me? And the last piece is gratitude. And sometimes it feels so cliche to say, but when you're in a space of fear and uncertainty, finding safety in what you have is really important. You know, I'm really grateful that I have a bed to sleep on tonight. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head, that I have food to eat. I am grateful that I have this beautiful space in my home to create a life that I desire. The last piece I want to talk to you about is that everything is happening for us. So seeking the lesson and what is here for us is so important, and being able to choose to move forward. How can I grow and expand right now instead of contracting and feeding this fear within me? How can I choose to seek where the opportunity is? What's in this for me? Why is this here for me? Let go of the victim. You don't have to be the victim. You can see her and still not be her. So how can you choose that you can rise above this? Because that's what this is all about. I can align within, I can connect with my truth, I can find my safety within, and I can believe that everything happening right now is for me. And I believe in me to make it through. So, thank you for listening. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.